What up, y'all? You mean your main pal, your favorite social media fanatic, and one of your newest generation of social media platform artists on this channel of Dr. Do, on the YouTube channel, Dr. Do here, alright, y'all? Today's video, we are going to do a movie review. I'm going to talk about this movie. I like this movie, like one of my favorite childhood movies of all time. I argue make this like one of my top 5 best movies I ever watched when I was a kid during the early 2000s. I was like 3 or 4 years old when I saw one of the best movies that came out in 2002. This movie became one of the most cult classic movies of all time, one of the favorite childhood movies that came out of the 2000s, and also it became a cartoon live action adaptation of one of the best cartoon shows that made history itself. We're talking about the 2002 Scooby-Doo live action movie. Yeah, that's right. If you guys are familiar with the 2002 Scooby-Doo, I recommend watching this. If you guys never heard of it, watch this video. I'm going to talk about this movie, alright? This movie, I'm arguing consider this Scooby-Doo movie as the best Scooby-Doo live action movie ever been made. Better than the freaking early 2008 Scooby-Doo and even Cordad, Velma and Daphne live action movie. Not all the live action movies that came out after 2002 were awful, but the Scooby-Doo live action cartoon movie is considered arguably one of the best live action cartoon movies that ever been made before. Even though it wasn't well received by critics, but audience loved the movie itself. It also became one of the highest box office success in the 2000s, right? Alongside with other movies that came out in 2002 with Scooby-Doo, like Lilo and Stitch and Star Wars Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones. I think the 2002, to me, arguably one of the best years for movies that come out of that year. I gotta tell you, it will also make me like. I love this movie. I love Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo from the 2002 movie because it brings me love and enjoying this movie so much. It certainly to me it was funny during my time back in 2002. When before I saw this movie, I grew up all my life watching the cartoon Scooby-Doo that came out back in 1969, and other than the other Scooby-Doo show that came out during that time. I love that cartoon show. To me, my favorite is Shaggy. We all know Shaggy is like one of the best characters that ever been made in cartoon history. All right, alongside with Mickey Mouse, alongside with SpongeBob, alongside with other characters that were iconic, including Scooby himself. I love Scooby. He like one of my favorite cartoon anime characters I ever love and respect right here, man. Scooby-Doo, I love his character. I love his personality. I like the fact he is so scared of everything that happened, but at the end he became brave enough to save his friend and stuff and solve the mystery. So anyway, the 2002 cartoon live action cartoon movie Scooby-Doo, what to me was successful. Alright, did well in the box office. Here the thought about the story of it. You see, in the beginning we learn about it was in the beginning of the mystery they were in, trying to capture a lunar smiling clown ghost that terrorized a toy factory itself. I'm like, oh man, really scary. To me, at first, it was like funny and scary at first because of the way the ghost looks. But at the end, I like the actors who played Shaggy, like Freddie Prinze Jr. Man, he did well. He was perfect for that role as Scooby. If you don't know who he is, he played in the first Scream movie. All right, he was in the Scream franchise. He like one of the main bad guys, or even called one of the first Ghostface that ever came out in the Scream franchise itself. I gotta tell you, he was the perfect actor for it. Warner Brothers had picked this guy for good reason, alright? I like how he sound like Scooby. He tried to act like Shaggy all all in the whole entire movie. All right, I gotta tell you, he was perfect. All right. So, anyways, let's talk about it. And also, the other actor that was in there is Rowan Atkinson, the guy who played Mr. Beans. I'm like, no way. Rowan Atkinson was in Scooby-Doo. I never thought he would be in the Scooby-Doo movie, alright? I bet, like, he grew up watching that when he was, like, 14, 13 years old. Alright? I bet he loved that show in America. I bet he volunteered to join the movie itself. So, right after they solved the mystery, they got into an argument about who credit should be who had the credit to help solve the mystery. Fred take all the credit from Velma and Daphne and Shaggy and Scooby. I felt like, to me, Fred should have not take all the credit. Like, Velma helped do the map solving problems. Daphne, to them, she like a only character that gets captured by ghosts every time. All right, I felt sorry for Daphne for being captured all the time by that monsters in every episode of Scooby-Doo. All right, and so the argument got really bad, and they decided to suspend the Mystery Inc. I'm like sad. I'm like, oh no, please don't go. And then, to me, like, I thought they're gonna be split forever, but in the movie, it took place 2 years after the mystery had been solved, and then it all been disbanded ever since. And then some guy messenger sent this message from the CEO of the island known as Spooky Island. I'm like, I don't like to go there. I want to go there. If it were real, I would be going there on spring break. All right, I'll be partying my whole entire week over there. I'll be like, yeah, Dr. Dewey in the house. Let's drink and all that stuff right here. I mean, like that. I'm gonna go crazy partying. All right. And so he asked the guy who played the CEO, Rowan Atkinson. He's the one who asked the Scooby-Doo gang to be united and help solve a big, huge mystery that was happening in the island and what is wrong with these people. He had problems with something like that because all the people have been either brainwashed or being possessed by demonic things that used to live on the island for many years before his amusement park resort took over the island and stuff. And so all of them came together, decided to solve the mystery, but not as a team, but in separate groups. Their own separate mystery, alright? Velma wanted to do her mystery, Fred wanted to do his, Velma, Daphne, as well, all that. But it's really hard and difficult to unite them all together after that incident 2 years ago. And so they all went to Spooky Island, try to solve it and stuff. But however, it's a little difficult to solve the mystery itself because they all have problems of solving it by themselves because they need help of solving it itself. Why do you think they all came together as a group to solve the mystery? Velma is a genius. Fred is the person who makes traps. Shaggy and Scooby are the distraction. Oi, of course, help with other parts of it. And Daphne is the girl in distress. Always, she like always make sure pretend she pretends she got captured even though she wanted to get captured, so that way lure the monsters to her and to the traps and stuff. So each of them have problems trying to solve the mystery. Each of them managed to get a mystery they found. For example, like Daphne found a little triangle piece in the old abandoned amusement park. And she believed that it's something had to do with the creature that were living on the island and why they've been doing things to these people who are on the island itself. And so after they trying to figure out what caused them to be like this, they all got attacked by the monster. Everybody in the whole time resort been taken, knocked out, and being beset. All the whole time resort got broken and damaged, but the only people that survived, Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby, But how it turned out that the monster wants Scooby for something. I'm like, what do they need Scooby for? A sacrifice? Exactly. For what reason? So, as they continue trying to figure out a way to save their friend and stuff. In one night, I mean, when they decided to take a break to sleep it off. When they wake up, the whole entire island it clean and rebuilt and stuff. I'm like, how all the whole entire building complex and all the things that is like drawn across the whole entire yard and stuff got all clean all of a sudden. I'm like, they know how to clean and all the try to hide evidence, try to hide the evidence of what they did and stuff. They didn't even are smart. I'm like, okay. And so all of a sudden everybody acting like they're partying and stuff. Like it's like something wrong with these people. Why are they acting like nothing is happening, nothing bad is happening to them? When they split up, Daphne and Shaggy and Scooby decided to split up, try to figure out what's wrong with them and stuff. They found Shaggy and Scooby found Fred. He acting weird, like yo, like that. Like until then, they heard something weird going on, and then turned out Fred and the other guys were possessed by the demons. So I'm like, you better run, boys. Don't let them catch you. And they all say the same thing. Get the dog. I'm like, yep, Scooby is the one they want. And so after the huge change and stuff, Daphne got captured by a pro wrestler dude who worked with this weird evil mysterious dude who wanted to take over the world and stuff. And so Shaggy and Scooby took the 4-wheeler bikes and ride them on and try to escape from the demon-possessed humans. One of the girls that Shaggy likes was saved. It turned out when she got hit by a little brand thing, her face like disfigured like a mask. I'm like, ugh. Nope. I mean, if I ever seen that happen to a person like her, I'll be like, forget this. I mean, running my butt out of the room. I'll be like, oh god. Like, when I see that, I don't want to ask. You just have to run for your life for it. Alright? And Scooby like, Shaggy, listen. That girl is wearing a mask. She is possessed. And Shaggy like, Scooby, she not possessed. She not wearing a mask. And Shaggy and Scooby almost got into a fight, but then a little circle door opens, took Scooby, and then Shaggy jumped in, tried to go save him. And it turned out everybody's souls. It turned out all the demons took everybody's soul out of their body and put it into the big huge bowl of souls. It kind of messed up to do that. Even a person like myself, if they took my soul, I'll be like, no you dare, don't you dare. I will break your freaking mouth, jaw, I'll break your freaking body if you do that to me. Alright? I will kick somebody's butt if someone try to take my soul. Even a demon too, you know. And so Shaggy managed to free Velma, Daphne, and Fred out of the soul bowl and managed to get them to their body. So Fred and Daphne inside each other's body. All right, Fred inside of Daphne, and Fred inside Daphne, Daphne inside of Fred. All right, and then Shaggy took the David Riot, that is a little triangle cube that Daphne took from the mansion. That thing had the ability to take your soul out of your body and then put it back into you or go inside another person. All of them souls are taken out and try to go back into their body again. And then they met that voodoo dude who lived on the island. They asked him why the creature taking people's body. It turned out they tried to take over the world and rule the Earth planet itself for 10,000 years. That would suck. Demon take over Earth for 10,000 years would suck, alright? the whole entire country would burn to the ground and stuff. And so the mystery group tried to decide how to stop the bad guys and the demon taking over the world. It turned out the demons are weak to the sun itself, like very weak, or even could just explode in case they see the sun itself, like vampire turn to dust because of the sun itself, like that. Okay, and so it turned out the CEO of the island, the one who is the mastermind behind the whole entire demons and his army of taking over the world and stuff, but somebody else is not right about him. And he tried to use the cube itself, put it in his head, and take all the soul, so he could become like one of the most powerful beings in the universe. Alright? And also, the only piece of the puzzle they want to have is the soul of Scooby himself. He wanted to use Scooby's soul so he could finally conquer the world itself. And so the Scooby-Doo gang had managed to infiltrate the lair of the bad guys, lair and their army. While they managed to prevent the bad guy of having all the soul inside him, and managed to save Scooby and get him to his body. But however, it revealed that he not just any other person they had. No, when they removed the mask off the bad guy, it turned out he's a robot. But get this, it later revealed who is controlling the robot. And guess who is controlling the robot? Scrappy-Doo. Scrappy himself, the little dog that Scooby used to know him and stuff, and also the nephew of Scooby-Doo himself. He wanted revenge on the Scooby gang for kicking him out of the mystery gang. After peeing on Daphne, if I were part of the mystery group and he pee on me, I'd be like, what the heck? I'd be throwing the dog out of my van for that. Although I would have told him to apologize. So if he said no, I kick him out. His arrogance caused him to lose his membership with the Scooby Gang, and so he wanted to decided to get his revenge on them, try to take over the world and stuff, and then he become a big huge monster and try to kill them, but foils as well. After the battle between Daphne and that Mexican wrestler, Daphne had managed to get all the souls. She managed to put the Mexican dude into the big bowl of souls and free all the souls that were inside of there, put it back into their bodies and get better. They managed to kill all the demons by using the disco skull, by using the sunlight and the mirror to reflect the whole entire sunlight onto the demon and kill him off. And then final part, Shaggy managed to beat Scrappy and take the cube out of his head to manage to get all the souls back to their original self and back to where they came from. Eventually, it later revealed that the real CEO of the island was captured and stuck inside that bunker for 2 years. I feel sorry for Rowan Atkinson's character for being held prisoner for 2 years. And so the whole entire group decided to be together again and finally saw mystery together as well. I like how the whole entire story of seeing them broke up and then come back together to solve a mystery would eventually help save the world and stuff. I like it. It's pretty cool. I like the ending for it. I mean, gotta tell you, Scooby and the others were wonderful in the movie. I love the actors. I like the story of it. But the only thing I don't like from the movie is the CGI itself. The CGI was not that good back in the early 2000s. I mean, CGI were still being tried to be worked on all the way till today, modern day movie itself. Eventually, the movie itself was a success. Of the budget, $84 million, they managed to make over $275 million at the box office, and also receive a cult following as well. And eventually, make a sequel to the first one in 2003. I love the story. I gotta tell you, Scooby-Doo, the 2002, was one of my favorite live action cartoon movies of all time. Alright? For this movie itself, I'm going to give it a 8.2 out of 10. Alright? This movie is the one right here. I recommend you go watch the movie itself. If you've never seen the movie, I recommend you go check it out. Alright, kids? And also, parents who had children and parents who grew up watching Scooby-Doo, I recommend letting your kid watch those shows and movies. Except for one show, alright? I recommend you parents never let your kids watch Velma at all. Velma suck, alright? Never let your children watch that crappy show. It's an embarrassment to the whole entire Scooby franchise. Especially no Scooby-Doo. Well, I'm gonna make a video of Velma next time, alright, y'all? I'm gonna make sure I talk about why I hate Velma, okay? That will be my second or third video I'm gonna make eventually, alright, y'all? I recommend all y'all will go see the 2002 Scooby-Doo, alright? This movie is the one right there, and be sure to watch that with your children, okay? Thank you so much for watching this channel, alright? Please subscribe to my channel, hit notification down, put a comment down below, and also thank you for so much for helping me reach 2,500 subscribers on this channel. We are 7,500 more to 10,000 subscribers. Alright, hold on. I see you guys next time. Alright, peace out.